live on the Squared Circle. It is the Toy Man Chris Hill along with Jay Kirby back for another edition after our week off last week. Welcome, Jay.
Thanks for having me back, Chris. I know that you were super busy and couldn't grace us with your presence last week. But
extremely busy. Chaperoning 15 girls.
Maybe you had maybe you had a rougher week than just dealing with me. I'm sorry. All I did was go to training grounds and get in the ring with a couple of the APW students. You sound like you had the harder match.
Yeah, but it was fun. We went down to the coast and got more sun. Cinco de Mayo wasn't enough, so
Well, good.
All right, I'm still sharing a few things, but we'll get going here.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing the same. Don't worry.
Yeah, we need a longer intro just to be able to do the shares during that time. You would think that it would load faster, but no, that's But we do have a big show coming up April. I'm going back in time. June 14th.
There you go.
We have Gold Rush coming up, and lots to talk about with a Gold Rush coming up.
Oh yeah,
back in Cleburne, we will be ready for a lot more action. Everything except the tag titles will be on the line.
Yes, we got to discuss it a few weeks ago. I jokingly said we did take the week off last week, but we did discuss before you went on your break, before we went on our vacation. Every title is on the line except for the tag team titles. The Posse will not be in. Well, the Posse might be in the building, but they will not be in competition that night.
Not be in competition.
We've got a heavyweight title match, a cruiserweight title match, a ladies title match, and a North Texas title match. This is a stacked card.
Yeah, and the Posse will be in action the following show on July 5th. So, they just get a little break, on this one. But
just a little one.
Just a little one. Big John G will be so excited. He's
I'm sure he's out there somewhere.
Doing well, Ricky. Rock's a little bit scared, I think. He'll be there with Levi, though. I mean, I think he's protecting his guys a little bit,
Just a little, but that's okay.
Just a little bit. But it will be Gold Rush coming up. It will be the J.N. Long Cultural Arts Center in Cleburne, June 14th, bell time 7 o'clock as always. And yes, Trinity's they got their date moved up. They'll be starting July 12th, I believe, is their new start date. So
I'm interested to see their first show. I might have to see if I can swing me some tickets to get front row down, up close and personal.
Some people on the roster that we're familiar with, some people on the roster we are not familiar with. I'm interested in
some people I'm extremely familiar with. Some of them have punched me in the face recently. Looking at you, King Outlaw. Very recently. It's only been about 2 weeks. Thanks for that, Jason.
Yes. But let's jump into it, and we'll.
Oh yeah, we've got a big night tonight.
Taking pictures, so that'll be. But we will have in action the return of Sweet J Sharp, I guess. We have not seen him in a while at APW, but he'll be taking on Juicy Joe Angelo Garcia. It will be singles match again. Juicy Joe Angelo Garcia and King Outlaw not on the same roster. I mean, neither one of them. King Outlaw's not on this show, but Joe Angelo Garcia will be.
See, I figured after mine and Jason's aggressive negotiation
Mm-hmm.
Our civil conversation we had at the last show, you figured he, have a little bit of sense knocked back into him. Figured him and Joey'd be seeing a little bit more eye to eye, but still this distance, this Joey doing the lone man thing, King Outlaw not even going to be at the show. Like it scratches the wrong part of my brain, Chris.
See, he's still not talking to me. I mean, I've been offering this. I
wonder-
may have to offer it to Joey. Because King Outlaw's not offering it to me or not responding.
He's not responding.
So I know you want it. I've
I wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no if an opportunity at a title was just handed over.
Was handed to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's but yeah, no, it's I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the two of them. I don't know. I haven't really talked to either one of them, so it's I may have to see if I can get somebody on next week. To just try to get filled in a little bit more.
Might need to call up Doctor the Wife and have some couples therapy between Jacked and Juicy.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out to see if we find out anything else come next week. A week in a couple of days. So,
but tag partners aside, this is going to be a fantastic match against two very athletic gentlemen who are they're trying to make names for themselves. Joey's trying to recover after his loss against Ocho at Cinco de Mayo for the Campeón del Cinco de Mayo. And then Sweet J Sharp is returning to APW. So he is going to, much like I would, he's going to try to come in hot. He's going to try to make a name for himself against a top tier talent. And this is going to be an excellent match to do so in.
And from what I understand, this is the first time these two men have met. They have never faced each other before. They're both all over North Texas. That surprised me that neither one of them they have not wrestled each other before.
Ships passing in the night, they have not locked horns. But it's going to be fascinating to see what happens between them.
That is our only non-title match of the night. The rest will be for APW Gold. We will have Seth Anunnaki defending the Cruiserweight Championship to Alec Woolsdale. Two very different styles. These two are not strangers to each other, and it can go either way. I mean, it's just
this is going to be a fascinating match because there is bad blood here. Woolsdale has an eye out for Seth. He's got revenge on his mind after Seth tried to take him out a few months back. Seth, this is his, correct me if I'm wrong, his second title defense since beating Chance Fortune.
Sounds right. Yes.
Yep. His second title defense. You know what they say, Chris Hill, the greatest revenge is success. So whether Alec is focused on beating Seth within an inch of his life, similar to what Seth tried to do to him, or whether he drops the ultimate insult, the ultimate revenge against Seth and takes that title off his shoulder, we're gonna have to find out.
Yeah, Alec and Chance have been tag team partners. Alec has said he's coming after Seth for two reasons: to get the title as well as to get revenge for Seth or for Chance being on the sidelines.
I mean, taking that belt off, taking Seth's most coveted possession is gonna be quite the way to get some payback for his friend and for himself. Ooh, an interesting opinion here. Chris believing that Seth is gonna win, but rooting for Alec. I respect it. I mean, Seth's not a slouch.
Yeah,
I've seen that man train. He's got a gas tank. He can go at full speed ahead. Like I was watching him training and getting tired, so I can't imagine being in there one-on-one with him. So Alex may have vengeance on his mind, and he may be a hell of a competitor, but it's not going to be an easy night for him.
No,
this is not a cakewalk.
Nope, it will not. Our next championship match will be for the APW North Texas Championship, as Xander Slade will defend against Hastur, the Beast from Afar, I think is what it the moniker, but I should look that up a little bit more. But it is his debut here at APW, and he's going to get a shot at that North Texas title.
I mean, this the North Texas title, I've said it before, this is the workhorse belt. This is the gatekeeper of the company. Xander is a hell of a competitor, and he is a brawling, just smash you in the mouth kind of wrestler. I'm not too familiar with the challenger, to be honest, but from what I've seen, he's pretty tough himself. He's got a reputation, so these two are going to have a bit of a brawl, a bit of a fight. Once again, it's not going to be an easy night for the champion. We know that last month the North Texas title went to a time limit draw, so this very well could happen again, or maybe Xander's trying to avenge himself. As far as this, I don't want to call it a loss, but almost a blemish on the record of, hey, he didn't technically win that first defense.
Yeah.
So could be having something to prove here.
And who knows? I mean, it's very possible. It's very Hastur is a beast. He's a fighter, but so is Xander. I mean, it's going to come down to who wants it more. Come Saturday. Well, next Saturday, but definitely a lot to handle there. So time flies when we're having fun, but let's take our first commercial break and we'll be right back with the rest of the card.
Are you ready to start your fitness journey today, but don't want to deal with the hassle of big overcrowded franchise gyms, or tired of waiting on gym equipment? Then head down to AFC Advanced Fitness Center in Keene, Texas, where we're locally owned and operated. That's 2221 FM 2280 Keene, Texas, where we offer several different memberships starting out at $23.99. We also offer 24-hour memberships and also tanning. Don't forget to call us and ask us about our first responder discounts and our educator discounts and also veteran discounts. Call us at 817-506-0003. That's 817-506-0003. Call us today and let's get healthy together.
Looking for unbeatable daily deals on the hottest vapes and treats? Head to Vapor Labs. Discover amazing sales on Geek Bars, Core Infinity Vapes, and a variety of delicious gummy treats. Find us at 1301 West Henderson Street, Suite 1, Cleburne, Texas, right between World Gym and Bright Dental. Don't miss out on your next great deal at Vapor Labs, your one-stop shop for all things vape and more.
Are you enjoying watching full episodes of Advanced Pro Wrestling on the DC Network? Well, why not catch a live show? Advanced Pro Wrestling is bringing action throughout the year in Johnson County. Catch one of our shows live in Cleburne or Alvarado, Texas. But what are you waiting for? Visit advancedprowrestling.com and get your tickets today for the next live show and come be a part of the APW experience.
Our next live show will be Gold Rush on Saturday, June 14th, just a week so just over a week away. So
you are looking at I'm double checking my math here, approximately 9 days. Yeah. Yep, 9 days. So that's not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Let's see. Then getting into we knew that Levi Lucas was going to be in action, and we have his opponent now. It will be Viper, the first ever APW heavyweight champion. will be back in action, giving Levi Lucas a run for his money. Very much a veteran of the ring, and it's going to be a battle.
I mean, if you follow Levi's logic, which it's a bit of a stretch, as much as I do like Levi. He technically has already beat Viper because he beat so and so who beat so and so who beat so and so who beat so and so. I believe it's called transitive property in math.
Yes.
So,
okay.
Maybe that's how this turns out. But it's going to be very, very interesting, at least in my eyes. The first ever APW champion versus technically the last APW heavyweight champion. The current guy versus the first guy. Past versus the future.
You have to wonder, because I know that Ocho Camacho has challenged him, Levi, and still no word on Ocho getting the match.
Ocho has been begging is a strong word. I don't think Ocho begs for anything.
No, I don't think it's begging.
I think the right word is he has been demanding a shot at Levi. He won the Cinco de Mayo tournament. That is that's a hell of a statement to make in the heavyweight division. He went through some tough competitors who they themselves also had some steep competition getting to the finals. So he's kind of made a name for himself already in APW in a very short time, by the way. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris Hill, Ocho hasn't lost a singles match since debuting.
Well, he's this time around, yes. I don't know if he's undefeated at APW. This is his second go round here at APW. So,
I mean, ever since he's returned, this new attitude, this new force, this pardon my expression, but this crusade towards the heavyweight title, he's been carving a path. So the question here, or at least the question that I have, it's probably going to piss somebody off. Is Rock keeping Levi away from the heavyweight from Ocho, or is Levi ducking Ocho? Which are we getting here?
It's a great question.
Is Levi open to the challenge and Rock won't let him accept, and that's why the board's not made this match? Or is Levi ducking, a prime contender for this heavyweight title? And the question is, with Ocho on the horizon, he's in the shadows waiting. Is Levi going to overlook Viper? Because you still have a former heavyweight champion that you have to wrestle in 9 days.
Well, and Viper is a Hall of Famer. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame, so he's been around for a while. Yet he's still actively wrestling. More so, I know Rock is in the ring every now and then, but Viper's out a lot more than Rock is. He's looking really good right now. So this is not going to be a cakewalk if Levi's looking past him.
Levi is in for a rough night because Levi has a lot on his plate, a lot of spinning plates right now, a lot of irons in the fire. He's got Ocho on the horizon. He's got King Outlaw nipping at his heels, and now he's got to face the first ever APW heavyweight champion. I almost, if it weren't for Rock Bandon, I would feel bad for Levi.
Yeah. Then the last of our championship matches is going to be Hilda La Muñeca defending her title against the debut of Haley Danielle, our guest this evening. Again, this is going to be the debut for Haley, but these two are not strangers to each other.
I mean, forgive my biased opinion, but this is one of the best women's divisions that I've ever seen. And Haley coming in to challenge Hilda, this is going to be the match that people are going to be talking about. And no, I'm not just sucking up to our guest who's going to be on here in a few minutes. Like, this is going to be I have been so impressed ever since I came into this company with the ladies division, with the women's division. They have not disappointed at all in any of the matches that they've brought. So it's going to be very interesting to see Haley's debut and another defense for Hilda. Does Hilda continue this conquering reign that started back in 2025 or 2024, which we're going on 6 months, Chris Hill, or does Haley, as heavy as the head that wears the crown, has the weight gotten too much for Hilda, and next Saturday night's Haley's night? Who knows? I'm excited to find out.
Hilda took the title in October, so it's actually been 8 months that she's been champion and defending it quite often. So
we are just So October, you've got October, November, December, and then 6 months. So about almost 9 months. Yeah. She is going on a 9-month reign. That is very impressive for any title, regardless of division. But that just proves my point here, kind of, Chris, of how much competition and how strong a grip Hilda has on this women's division.
It will definitely be interesting as we head into it. So it is Gold Rush Saturday, June 14th at the JN Long Cultural Arts Center. VIP tickets are still available. Front row tickets are still available, but obviously, I mean, that venue, those do sell out.
We've seen it multiple times before, Chris Hill. These tickets go fast. I mean, Cleburne is kind of our home away from home. If we're not at the at Advanced Fitness Center, most of the time we're in Cleburne, and the Cleburne fans have not disappointed us since. They have been some very ruckus, very enthusiastic fans, and they have always pack the house. So get your tickets now. Get your tickets ahead of time. Like Chris said, VIP still available, front row still available, but those go fast, especially in Cleburne. So do not miss your opportunity for this fantastic show.
It is Gold Rush. There'll be almost all the titles on the line.
For the 5.
Yeah, for the 5. I mean, it's gonna be a battle for sure. So you want to get your tickets and get here.
Do not miss out.
But we do have our guest in the wings, so let's go ahead and we'll bring her on just a little bit early. But it is the Bombshell Haley Danielle.
Hi,
welcome.
Guys.
Hello.
Y'all can hear me well, correct?
Yes,
we're perfect here. So
awesome. How are y'all doing?
Doing wonderful. Thanks for joining us tonight. Looking forward to the match next Saturday for sure. Not seen you live, but I've been watching videos. So
thank y'all for having me.
Yeah,
absolutely. So
tell us a little bit. I mean, you're based in San Antonio, correct?
Actually, I'm based in Houston. I just be in San Antonio a lot because I'm a champion out there.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been wrestling?
I started training back July 23rd of 2020.
Okay. So not a short period, but a relatively new to the wrestling business. I know within 4 to 5 years, that's usually the time which people start coming into their own, start finding themselves the best. So you're right there in the cusp of hitting your stride full swing.
Oh, most definitely. It's been a journey, I could tell you that.
Well, you said you began in 2020. What I mean, I can only imagine what kind of obstacles you've had to face. Get it? I mean, I know what obstacles I faced in 2020 when it came to trying to get in the ring. What were some of the things that you had to get through in such a trying time, just worldwide?
For the most part, when COVID happened, training was a little bit difficult, because all of a sudden you'd have other, uh, you know, trainees that'll get COVID, and then we have to shut down and things like that, and having to take like the COVID guidelines into consideration. But I first started training at Reality of Wrestling with Booker T and everything, and also training at the Houston Premier Arena and things like that. And with again, just COVID. COVID was just very difficult around those times. Not just with you know professional wrestling aspects, but just in your own personal lives, just trying to make it through just for that. That was very difficult. And then I also had an injury in the beginning of my career. I had broke my wrist.
Ooh.
So yeah, it was in the middle of training when it happened. But when you have like those kind of setbacks, you always have to think about the comeback. You know what I mean? And thankfully the comeback outweighed more than the setback, you know?
Very, very much so.
Hmm.
Chris Hills had to hear me complain on and on and on about this, but I tore my ACL in December of 2019 and had
Mm.
surgery February 2020. And so I just had to sit through the entire pandemic, also focused on the comeback and be like, okay, when's the time? All right, the doc says I'm good, and now the world's shut down. Fantastic. I guess I'll just be patient. So very much 100% understand where you're coming from, but I'm glad that yours paid off just as well as mine.
Thank you for that. Because that was a long time coming.
Now you said you're a champion in San Antonio.
Yes. I am I like to dub myself as the champion of the shop, but uh but it is the wrestling shop women's championship that I possess. And I'm also a champion at a company in Laredo, which is also called APW, but
I've
it's
heard.
the Amazing Pro Wrestling Queens Championship that I also possess.
Wow.
Okay.
Dual
I think,
champion. You could be walking out with a third belt.
yeah, I think Hilda had mentioned it to me that it was APW versus APW. So that was
Basically, it's I'm looking forward to Bombshell 3 belts,
there you go.
as my next
I'm
my
here
next
for
hashtag.
this. I'm here for this.
All right, let's take a quick break, and then we will be back with more with Haley Danielle right after this.
Hello from Stitches, Clings, and Things, where we offer custom t-shirts for personal wear or business apparel. We even offer vehicle decals and even custom crochet items like beanies, blankets, coasters, and more. Please contact through our social media platform on Facebook or call us at 817-666-8027 and even email us at stitchesclingsandthings@outlook.com.
Hi, welcome to Henson Photography. We do all kinds of photos. Sports photos, family photos, and shows like APW. We have done rodeos, volleyball, basketball, cheerleading, color guard, promos, and many more. Henson Photography is family owned and ran. So come check us out on Facebook at Henson Photography, and we will see you at the next show.
Do you want to advertise your local business to a wider audience? Well, why not advertise with Johnson County's best pro wrestling promotion? Have your business showcased on Roku TV through the DC Network throughout episodes of Advanced Pro Wrestling, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and also through the Squared Circle podcast. For inquiries, please email advertisewithapw@gmail.com.
Our next show will be Gold Rush, Saturday, June 14th in Cleburne, Texas at the Jan Long Cultural Arts Center. Our guest tonight, the Bombshell Haley Danielle, will be getting her shot at Hilda Lanumuneca for the APW Women's Championship. So, Haley, just what got you, what possessed you to get into wrestling?
I know it's crazy, huh? Um, for me, I've always watched wrestling even as a child. Like my dad watched professional wrestling when he was a kid. He would go um to the Sam Houston Coliseum whenever it was a thing. And he would just watch wrestling on TV every Friday night with Paul Bosch's promotions and things like that. And I don't know. I grew a huge interest in just watching Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and just the whole spectacle itself. It was more of like an escape
Hmm.
from everything else that was surrounding me. And in those like 2 hours or 3 hours of the show, it was just like nothing else mattered in that. And my dad would watch a lot of VHS tapes of like old school wrestling. So I grew up watching like, when WWF was a thing and things like that. And I grew a huge interest in Bret Hart.
Okay.
And Bret Hart is like, that's my champion. That's the greatest of all time in my eyes. And no one can tell me anything about Bret Hart.
I mean, coming from a diehard Shawn Michaels fan, I 100% respect your
Oh,
opinion.
no.
I loves me some Bret Hart. Shawn's just a little higher on the totem pole, but Bret's one of the best to do it. So that's a very respectable position to have.
So what you're telling me is at the APW show, I'm going to have two matches because I'm going against you too. Just so I can prove to you why Bret's better.
Jay's taking the night off, so unfortunately you won't get that match. But
Well, then future booking.
yes, we'll get that.
Challenge accepted.
Well, no, I mean, when I was a kid, Shawn Michaels was my favorite, but we'll take that off the record for now.
Yeah, I get that.
But no, that was actually going to be my next question. I mean, Brett's a fantastic answer, but who are some of the
Mhm.
wrestlers that really inspired you to get in the ring to really, really go for this goal, for this dream?
Really, it was Bret Hart. Because for me, like, obviously, like, I wasn't, well, I mean, I was born in 98.
Mm.
So for me, being able to have the privilege to be able to watch like all like the VHS tapes my dad had owned and things that he would just pre-record, I was able to watch stuff like that. Even though like nowadays you can just watch it anywhere,
Mhm.
but the huge interest in watching his technical abilities and I just feel like he's such a traditionalist. So, and I'm like really traditional as far as like whenever I just watch the psychology of his matches, it's just a beautiful thing. And like Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect and SummerSlam 91 is always like my go-to, and I want to see something very classic. It's probably like my favorite Intercontinental Championship match of all time. Not trying to be biased or anything, but just things like that. And I can just go on and on about Bret Hart. I'm sorry. But
I mean,
yeah.
you're 100% valid because my go-to answer for an IC title match is 92 SummerSlam.
Okay.
so
And
it's
that'll
right
be my
there.
third one. That'll be my
Yeah.
third one because my second one, I feel like everyone says it'll be Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man at
Macho
WrestleMania
Man.
3. That's
I mean, it's
that's
not
up
the
there for
greatest
me.
match of all time or anything like that. Like it's not up on the Mount Rushmore or anything.
But it's like everyone will always say that, but for me, it's always going to be Bret and Perfect. Like no matter how many times, like you can watch a Bret and Mr. Perfect match no matter where it is, it could be at any type of setting. It's still always going to be a beautiful psychological match.
Absolutely.
It's interesting because looking back now at what I know about wrestling, Mr. Perfect did such a great job because I hated him when I just did not like him. I didn't like his matches. I didn't like what he won. I didn't like.
Hmm.
And now looking back, it's like he did exactly
he
what he was
got me.
supposed to
He
do.
did his job. He did exactly what he needed to do.
Yeah.
You know, as a heel, he did exactly what he needed to do.
So, what about your matches? Any memorable matches that you've had personally?
Oh Lord, you're gonna ask me. Goodness. I mean, I still feel like I'm still getting my feet wet no matter what. Because after I had my injury on my wrist, it took me it took me quite a while to really get back into things mentally. Because like I knew physically I was ready, but it's just a mental game, it's just like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna re-injure my wrist, or I don't know if I'm gonna have another injury or something like that. But for me, because I also do intergender matches. I've done a couple of tag team matches. I've had a hardcore match. I've had all sorts of different matches, triple threat matches. And I feel like with every match, you always learn something, even if you're facing the same opponent again,
Mhm.
like Denise Day. She's based in Laredo, and I absolutely love her and everything. And with we've had quite a bit of matches, and it's just always something different each time that you want to piece together. And um, an upcoming one, Zy Gold. She's based in Houston. Uh, we had a really, really beautiful match at a Elite Breakout Wrestling that happened at the shop last Saturday. She's so good, and she's still learning, but she is so good. I've had my battles with Dill Dempsey. I don't know if y'all know Dill Dempsey, but he's um, he's someone that I consider a brother, and I love beating him up. He's like one of my favorite people to beat up. Um,
You got to have those people.
exactly, exactly. And so far in my career, it's like not even just wrestling in general, like just I've done ring announcing, I've done commentary, I manage Alex Arsenal in San Antonio, and now like we're doing so much outside of San Antonio and Houston. So um just all the opportunities that I've had, just to sorry, my dog just like knocked over my table. Um, but just like opportunities like that too. Like, um, it's all been quite the experience that I never thought would ever happen. But it's larger than life to me, because it's just like me watching this stuff as a kid, as just a little girl, and wanting to be like my heroes. And now I'm someone else's hero
Hmm.
in the
Yeah.
sense, and it's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so you've talked a lot about your past opponents. You've talked a lot about people that you've gotten to wrestle more than a handful of times.
Mhm.
What are your feelings on your opponent for next Saturday? Our champion of 9 months going, Hilda Lamuneka. She is having a stranglehold on the division is kind of a strong word, but she has been fighting all comers for 9 months. How do you feel going into this match with a lot of pressure on your shoulders as far as a very decorated champion versus a very decorated champion?
Well, first and foremost, I will always give you know, her props because Hilda is no one to be, to think little of.
Yeah,
Uh
and she doesn't show it. She looks like she's going to be a
Oh, no.
pushover.
Oh no, I
oh,
learned this the
absolutely
hard
not.
way. Cinco de Mayo Battle Royal. Hilda got some shots in on me, and she is tougher than half that roster. Don't get it
I
twisted,
mean,
okay?
I feel like as she should since you're a Shawn Michaels fan, but
Wow. Okay. Okay.
She's
Yeah,
jealous
I'll
of Hilda.
give you that one. Give you that one.
but no, again, I always will give a champion their props because you had to overcome things for you to be a champion. You know what I mean? I had to overcome many, many obstacles to be my double champion I am now. It takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of motivation. So I will always give her 100% all of her props, her gratitude and everything. Just know next Saturday, just because it's my debut doesn't mean I'm gonna choke. I'm no pushover either. I am a double champion and I'm looking forward to being Bombshell 3 belts next week.
There we go. Gave Jay chills. There's
Listen, I'm just mad I won't be there to watch because this is going to be a fight, and I'm so for this.
Well,
I've
it's gonna be on
said,
YouTube anyway, so
oh
you
yeah,
might as well just
yeah,
watch it on there and on Facebook and everywhere else.
yeah. We get around. It may take us a month or two, but we get it out.
hmm
All right. Well, let's take our last commercial break, and then we'll be back to finish things up here tonight. So we'll be back right after this one.
Let's be real. No one likes being locked into a contract or getting hit with surprise fees. At Advanced Fitness Center, we keep it simple. No contracts, no cancellation fees, and no nonsense. You pay month to month, and if life happens and you need to cancel, no problem at all. No headaches, no fine print, just a great gym that works with your schedule and budget. So, if you're tired of the runaround from other gyms, come see what makes AFC different.
Are you enjoying watching full episodes of Advanced Pro Wrestling on the DC Network? Well, why not catch a live show? Advanced Pro Wrestling is bringing action throughout the year in Johnson County. Catch one of our shows live in Cleburne or Alvarado, Texas. But what are you waiting for? Visit advancedprowrestling.com and get your tickets today for the next live show and come be a part of the APW experience.
It will be Gold Rush Saturday, June 14th in Cleburne, Texas, JM Long Cultural Arts Center. Our guest tonight, Haley Danielle, will be up against Hilda Lamuneca for the APW Women's Championship. Definitely going to be an incredible night. Just looking, I mean, there's going to be some great matches, but very much looking forward to this one. So
I mean, tell it like it is, Toy Man. This card is stacked. We have 4 enormous championship matches, and I'm gonna shelf that because that's not a half bad idea. But we have 4 huge championship matches. The only titles not being defended are the APW tag team titles, and those are being defended literally the next month. We've got a heavyweight title match, North Texas title, cruiserweight title, and of course, the APW Women's Championship is going to be on the line. So this is going to be a show to watch. I'm mad that I can't be there to see it. I am so upset that I'm not going to be in town to see it.
Ty keeps bringing up Money in the Bank this weekend, and then we'll be back with
Yes.
Gold Rush next weekend, so you can catch your live action.
You got
with that,
back-to-back wrestling weekends.
But we all obviously have a passion for the indie circuit, and what are your thoughts? I mean, how have you been to the big shows just to watch, or
I have been to a couple of like Monday Night Raws,
Okay.
and I've been to an AEW show like probably about 2 years ago or so. My sister wanted to go really, really bad, and I was like, I'll go with you.
Hmm.
And the experience of going to these shows, it's like it gives you so much motivation to where you're like, one day I'm gonna be up there as well.
Yeah.
And it's a spectacle. It's like you looking into your future. Like it's kind of crazy, you know? It's like one day I know I want to be there. And you just know the kind of work that you have to put into it to be out there for that. So it's sorry, it's incredible. It really
Mhm.
is.
Yeah. And as a spectator, I mean, I know a lot of people who just love going to the WWE shows or AEW or whatever, and they've never been to the indie circuit. And I was one of those people. I didn't really start.
Mhm.
I didn't go to my first indie show till probably 5 years ago, and it was now I'm hooked. But
I
it's
can tell.
yes, but
Call it a hunch.
yeah, it's just one of those things of there's something with as much of a spectacle as the big shows are. There's something very special about the indie circuit, and we try to make it our point to get out, support the little guys, because these are the type of people that are going to be on the big stage soon. And you can say, I knew them when.
Yeah.
I do that all the time, and I feel very braggadocious, but I've gotten the chance to meet some people right before they got noticed and right before they made it big. I was like, I remember back when when they were curtain jerking for this company in Jersey, or they were wrestling for this guy in New York for $20 in the snow or something like that. But and now they're on TV, and now they're at pay-per-views, and now they're winning titles. So it's
Yeah, it's incredible being able to see stuff like that too. Cause like when I first started, I was doing security work, for different wrestling shows that would be at the Houston Premier Arena,
Hmm.
or doing like concessions for Reality of Wrestling and things like that. And then moving into things, I had been the right hand of the queen for Rachel Rose at New Texas Pro. And then moving into that, I had my first match against Rachel Rose. Uh, I'll never forget that. It was December 19th of 2021. And that was just such an incredible feeling and moment. And I blossomed into this, bombshell that I never would have expected, that is something that, that was created. Because I mean, being the bombshell is she's something else. She's something else. You can get like a funny bombshell, or you'll get like a very serious bombshell, or you can just, you get what you get with her. But being her, it opened up so many different characteristics I didn't know that I had, and um then I'm still rolling with her, and I'm out there, like she's out there, going like into different places I never thought I could ever reach to. Like going to Laredo, I never thought about, expanding my horizons and going somewhere that's like 5.5, 6 hours away from me.
Hmm. Hmm.
Going to San Antonio, and um, eventually going into Arkansas, and going into different states that I never thought I'd be able to reach out to. But here we are, and going into 2026, the bombshell is going to keep expanding and keep working and keep the dream.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of dream, any dream matches? Anyone you want to face?
Goodness. For me, it's just like I really don't have dream matches. I just have matches that I want to just keep doing. Like I want to keep going out there and being able to accept challengers, accept whoever wants a piece of the bombshell. Like it's just that simple, you know?
No, and I think this is it too. I mean, Trinity says it, you know, that absolutely travel's the key. Getting out there, getting your name out there. It just, I love seeing new talent. And sometimes I say new talent for us, even though some people that we get them for the first time, they've been wrestling for 15 years, you know.
Right.
And other people you hear about and you hear about and you hear about, and you finally get to see them live, and it's just like, okay, this is great, you know. And so yeah, definitely a whole different vibe when
Like networking is like super, super important in professional wrestling. Cause like I've wanted to I wanted to expand up more north of Texas for a while. Like I haven't been in the Dallas area. So I'm very excited to be doing opportunities up towards Dallas, and I'm doing more things in Laredo and San Antonio with other promotions, and it's uh it's incredible the kind of community that we have.
yeah, no lack of promotions in Texas for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
definitely
not at
not.
all. Just
Whew.
Houston in general, you know,
Yeah,
Houston in general has so many promotions that if you feel like that you don't have anything in Houston, then something's wrong.
yeah, no, same way.
You
DFW
know?
is very
Yeah,
much the same way.
same way. Yep.
Mhm.
I sit there and go, every time I think I know all the promotions, I hear of something new, you know. And then you have like Trinity, the Trinity, they're starting up here too, and that's like there's always new promotions. So that's definitely going to be an incredible night. Let me get your. I moved away from the card here for a second.
Just
Let me
trying to
get
put
back up.
there it is.
It will be Haley Danielle challenging Hilda Lamuneca for the APW Women's Championship next Saturday, June 14th, Jay and Long Cultural Arts Center. Ready.
9
Making her
days.
North Texas debut. That's
Thank you.
not just APW debut, North Texas debut too. There's
Well, different APW this time.
there we go. And I was thinking, I know Hilda's got at least 2 belts too, so it'll be 2 belt, 2 belt. You know, who someone may go home with the third. Haley.
You already know.
So before we start winding down, before we start wrapping this up, Haley, do you have any words for your opponent? Do you have anything you want to say to Hilda with 9 days and counting? It's closer to like 8.5 right now because it's it's almost the end of today. So what do you got to say to your to your opponent, to the champion? What's the bombshell have to say?
Well, to first and start this, she only has 8.5 more days with the championship. And it's not gonna be like a sad departure, you know what I mean? It's just gonna be something where it's like the bombshell is just gonna have the championship around her beautiful waist, and it's gonna look a lot better on me.
There we go.
I mean, that works. Strong words from a strong challenger.
Just saying.
One thing I go back to is, anybody who's watching who thinks, hey, I want to be part of wrestling, I want to do something, it happened with me. I think, Jay, it's kind of happened with you too. You kind of just make yourself known. You get out there. Yeah, I was just hosting something at a store that I ran at the time, and the rest is history there. If you start doing concessions, you start, it's the connections, even at the lowest level. And it gets you into the place. If you're looking, whether you want, I had no desire to be in the ring. My time of life, but I'm having a blast with what I'm doing now. And if you want to be in the ring, if you want to be commentator, if you want to do just interviews or anything, just make yourself known and get out there to the indie circuit. So
Absolutely.
I mean, I got some advice about a week and a half ago at a convention for an interview I got to do. A gentleman who has a much bigger following than me and probably has more followers in one social media than I have total. But his advice to anyone watching, and this is me passing his message on to anyone listening to us: take the chance, go for it. You know, if you want to be a wrestler, go find you a school, come to APW school, learn the craft. If you want to be, you know, a commentator, learn all about wrestling, and you know, get yourself a some sort of mic presence. Even Chris Hill's pretty good behind the mic. I'll be nice tonight.
oh, thank you.
But take the chance. Go take the shot. Like Haley said, both of us, this was dreams to us. We never thought we'd be in the ring. We never thought we'd be in front of a crowd, but here we are. So take your shot. Go for it. You know, you miss every shot you don't take.
Do I have a little time for a little story time real quick?
Oh,
Right.
absolutely.
Okay. So
Chris Hill, make time.
so
We don't have a hard cut. We can go whatever.
Go for it, Haley.
so for me, obviously, like I said, Bret Hart is like my biggest inspiration when it comes to professional wrestling. And in one of his promos that he had said when he first won the World Wrestling Federation Championship, and this is the part that sticks out to me the most, is that the biggest dreams can still come true. And when WrestleMania was in Dallas, they had a WrestleCon out there, and it was April 1st of I think it was 2022 of that. I think
I believe so, yeah.
I was able to meet Bret Hart at WrestleCon. When I tell you the experience of just meeting your hero in general, because everyone tells you don't meet your heroes. I was very scared at first, you know, because obviously, like, this is the man that inspires me. This is my hero. This is everything, you know. And I got to sit next to Bret Hart at this table, and you know, he was just you know, making little casual conversations. I was like really quiet. I was so timid. I was like, I'm not saying anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm just like watching him just sign my little DVD. And you know, he's like, "Where are you from?" Like, I'm like, "From Houston." And he's like, "Well, thank you for coming out to see me." And I was like, "No, like, this is not the time for this man to be thanking me for anything." You know, I'm just like, I thank you for being the inspiration that I needed to be able to train and be a wrestler myself. And this was a little bit after my first match. And he was like, "Oh, so you're a worker too, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." And one of the things he told me, he was like, you know, just keep following your dreams. And that hit me so hard. I had to look away from him because I was about to just, tears were about to like fall. It was about to just, everything in that moment. It seemed like no one else was around me. It was just me and Brett. And in that moment, I was just like, I have to keep fighting my dreams. I have to, you know, keep following your dreams. And, you know, like the whole Daniel Bryan says, keep fighting for your dreams and your dreams will fight for you. And with how far I've came, it's still something that I'm going to keep fighting for because it'll fight for me in the end as well. So if I never took the chance to believe in myself, or even just a little ounce of my little sister believing in me, to be able to go out there and be able to do what I love, it gives me the opportunity to have like a little girl or a little boy that's sitting in the audience, even though they're cheering or if they're booing me and telling me that they hate me.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the night, they're still like, you're incredible, or you're beautiful, and thank you for doing this show, or whatever, or I'm inspiring a child that's watching me being able to do my dreams, just like I was a little kid watching someone else. And it's just like a generational thing that just happens and keeps going. And it's incredible. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
There you go. Take a chance, no matter what it is. Wrestling, whatever you want to do, just take those chances. So, but thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will see you live in Cleburne, Texas, Saturday, June 14th at Jay and Long Cultural Arts Center. Looking forward to it for sure. Thank you again for being on tonight. And we look forward to having you back as our women's champion. Sorry, Hilda.
Of course.
Ooh,
You
I'm
already
down,
know.
Hilda.
Hilda's not going to talk to me anymore. Oh, well. There.
I just hope there's no hard feelings after our encounter, Hilda, because I still have a lot of love for her.
So, but that will do it for tonight. We will be back next Thursday. I'll be back next Thursday. Jay's taking the time off too. I'm
gonna be on the road.
I'm on the road.
I got places to travel to.
Oh, I know the feeling. I
Yes.
travel everywhere too. It seems like every weekend I'm somewhere.
Yep. So,
Understatement.
but thank you so much. We will. That'll do it for us for tonight. But we will be back, or in some sort, we'll be back next week. But and then next Saturday in Cleburne, Texas, we want to be there for Gold Rush. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.